Okay, let's dive right into it. So, what's been making headlines recently? It's the strong message from the Sultan of Sokoto to Nnamdi Kanu following a visit by Abia State Governor Alex Otti to the Sokoto Correctional Center where Kanu is being held. Now, for those who might not be familiar, Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra, or IPOB, a group that has been fighting for the secession of the Southeast from Nigeria. He's been in detention for some time now after a court convicted him for charges related to terrorism. But what's the latest? Why is this visit so important? Let's break it down. Governor Otti's visit to Kanu was on Sunday, November 3rd, 2025. He went to the Sokoto Correctional Center with some important people, including Kanu's younger brother, Emmanuel Kanu, and some of his officials like the Abia State Attorney General, Ikechukwu Uwana, and his special advisor on media and publicity, Ferdinand Ekioma. Now, the main reason for the visit? Governor Otti wanted to reassure Nnamdi Kanu that efforts to secure his release are ongoing. And it wasn't just a random visit, no. It was part of a larger effort that has been in the works for over 2 years now. This is serious, guys. So what did the governor tell Kanu? He encouraged Kanu to remain strong. He made sure Kanu knew that the work he started years ago to try and free him has now been fully intensified. Otti even mentioned that the matter would be resolved administratively. Sounds like a peaceful resolution might be on the horizon, right? The governor expressed a lot of optimism, saying Kanu's freedom is likely to come soon. You know what that means? There's a glimmer of hope for Nnamdi Kanu supporters who have been pushing for his release for years, but that's not all. Otti also delivered a message on behalf of the Sultan of Sokoto, one of Nigeria's most respected traditional rulers. The Sultan, according to Otti, has shown support for a peaceful resolution to this whole situation. You heard that, right? The Sultan is backing the peaceful settlement of Kanu's issue. Now, for those who don't know, the Sultan of Sokoto is a heavyweight in Nigerian politics and traditional leadership. So hearing that he is backing a peaceful resolution is huge. To lighten the mood, Otti also made a joke during his visit. He said that the Sultan had joked that Kanu was now his subject and that he'd be turbaned soon. This got a laugh from Kanu, which is interesting because despite all the serious charges, we're seeing a human side of this story. The fact that Kanu was in high spirits and able to share a laugh with the governor is quite something. During the visit, Kanu took a moment to thank Governor Otti. He told him he was proud of the development in Abia State and encouraged him to continue focusing on good governance for the people. It's interesting because despite everything going on with Kanu, he still seemed to care deeply about the welfare of the people in his home state, Abia. He even prayed for the governor and his team, a gesture that shows a lot of maturity and spirit, despite the circumstances. But here's where things get tricky. This whole situation is not without its controversies. Many people in Nigeria have a strong opinion about Kanu's detention. For some, the charges against him were justified, while others see him as a political prisoner, especially given the context of the political and ethnic tensions in the Southeast. So, Governor Otti's visit is a big deal. It's seen by many as a sign of hope that there could be a breakthrough in the fight for Kanu's release, but not everyone is convinced. You also have to think about the wider implications. If Kanu is released, it could send a message to other separatist movements in Nigeria, especially in the Southeast, where many people feel they've been treated unfairly by the federal government. Kanu's case has become a symbol for a lot of people who feel neglected by the government. His release could either calm tensions or spark more controversy depending on how it's handled. And the Sultan's involvement is key here too. He's not just some random figure. The Sultan of Sokoto holds a lot of influence. His message of peace could help convince other leaders, both in Nigeria and abroad, that a peaceful resolution is possible. The fact that he's showing support for the release, even if in jest, adds a level of legitimacy to the whole process. It's a significant endorsement, and it could encourage more leaders to get involved in the push for peace. If things go well, we might see a genuine effort for dialogue rather than just more confrontation. Now, let's talk about what could happen next. If Otti and others are successful in securing Kanu's release, it could be a win for diplomacy. Instead of using force or violence, the situation might be resolved through talks and negotiations. This is what a lot of people are hoping for because it would show that Nigeria can handle these kinds of delicate issues without resorting to force. But of course, there's still skepticism. Some people believe that this is all political maneuvering and that the government is just playing a game. There are even reports that some of the things being said about the Sultan's involvement might not be entirely accurate. So there's always the possibility that things won't go as smoothly as planned. If the release does happen though, what will it mean for Nigeria? It could be a sign that the country is moving towards resolving long-standing issues that have contributed to regional tensions. It could bring a sense of unity, or at least start a conversation about how to address the root causes of separatist movements in Nigeria. But if the release doesn't happen, or if it's mishandled, it could reignite anger and frustration, especially among Kanu's supporters. It's a delicate situation, and everyone will be watching closely. But let's not forget the bigger picture here. This whole situation is about more than just one person. It's about the state of Nigeria as a country. It's about whether or not we can come together as a nation, despite all the divisions. There are real issues that need to be addressed. Issues like corruption, poor governance, and the feeling of marginalization in some regions. Kanu's case has become a focal point for many of these issues. So, the question is, can this moment be used as a stepping stone for greater unity, or will it just be another chapter in a never-ending cycle of tension and division? Now, before we wrap this up, let me hear your thoughts. Do you think Kanu should be released? Do you believe the involvement of the Sultan could lead to peace, or is it just a political move? I really want to know what you think, so drop your comments below. And hey, if you haven't done it yet, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay updated on all the latest happenings. I'll be back with more updates soon, so stay tuned. So to keep this conversation going, I'd love to hear your opinions. What do you think about the way the government is handling this? And if there's anything new you've heard, share it with me in the comments section. Let's keep the chat flowing.